Hello, welcome. Right, little featurettes, because I'm getting feedback that people would rather see me doing stuff rather than chatting about it, which makes sense. Apparently the old days of the channel were more entertaining. Right, so on that basis, you Series 2A chaps will know all about this. This is an indicator column stalk from a 2A. My dad's has broken his on his car, so this is a spare unit that I had. I'm going to rip it apart partly because I need to put wires in the back of it, but also just want to check it's working properly, and then I can install it on my dad's car. But effectively what happens is you pull the lever down, then as you're rotating the steering, this wheel sits on the steering column. You can see that it moves the arm up slowly. Works better on this side. See the arm moving down? It's not working on either side now, which is the main reason for taking it apart, really. So it's got screws on the back, which means that you're meant to take it apart, I reckon. So let's just take the mounting catch off first of all. It's got screws on it, it was meant to come apart. It's not a bad way of looking at things. One of an ex take-out curry container from James. Thank you, James. Right, actually that should come right off there. There we are. There's the mounting bracket. Okay. There's some detritus in there. There's not a horrendous amount though. Or I can see a wire connector in the top up there. I don't know how these things are wired up, so let's take it apart and find out, because I haven't got my dad's unit here. That's 200 miles away, but I'm going there on Saturday. So I said to him, well, let me get this one fixed and I'll sort it out for you. Just haphazardly lobbing the screws into the container so they don't all get swept off the bench. Carefully. That feels like it's off the thread now. And yes, the top comes off. Oh, that's fairly straightforward. Just look at that. Well, there's a bulb missing out of there. We can fix that piece. And then we've got the wheel. And we've got the lever. So leaving that bolt in there. It's actually held together with pop rivets. I don't understand that somehow. Okay, let's take it apart. Let's see what the fuck is going on in here. So we'll lift that out. Well, that's probably the bit that's broken on my dad's car. That spring there is a bit that will be broken. That's easy enough to fix. And then here we've got the actual switch mechanism. So there's the wheel. Two more flatheads down here. It looks like this piece down here is the switch. Now the fact it's held together with pop rivets doesn't fill me with joy, because it means someone's been here before me. But it does mean, oh look, the wires are soldered onto the back. Look at that, someone's unsoldered everything. So I think what we need to do is to find out whether it is actually going to work or not. And I'm inclined to actually solder 3 wires onto it and put it back together again. Now if I go through the workshop manual for the series Land Rover, nothing complex here, chaps. Let's put these bits in there. Where are we? Coffee first. We want the wiring diagrams typically towards the back end. Electrical, no, right at the back end. There we are. There we go. Right, so we got Series 2A negative earth. Has that got indicators on it? Oh, here we are. 2A models with headlamps in the front wings, which is what we've got. Oh, here we are, flashers. So socket, wiper lead, front flasher, 48, 49, 50, 51. Flasher, 31. Let's find a pen. Writing on books, I know, Richard. So 47, so this is all the flasher circuit here. So there's the switch. And 31 is the flasher unit, which would make sense. So there's the flasher unit. Oops. Fuse, flasher unit, switch. Okay. And then we've got one wire going out to each circuit here. You don't need a particularly fancy multimeter to do this, but basically on the ohm range, you're looking at the kind of the open circuit test. That symbol there, and then when I connect the two wires together, it'll tell me I've got continuity. So if I then I've got some crop clips in here. I have, look at that. Might make life just a wee bit easier. There we are. Let's put the crop clip on that one. Okay, and then we shouldn't have any continuity through. If I operate the switch, well, the switch would appear to work. So basically all I'm doing here, operating the switch one way and then the other. So it doesn't work the other way and doesn't work that way, but does the other way. Right, okay, so we know the switch is good. So I think now all I really need to do here, cough, 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 coffee. Oh, I need to wire, solder 3 wires onto here. The original circuit diagram tells me they are light green LGW, light green white. And it looks like green and white and green and red. Green and white being right hand and green and red being left hand. Let me go find some wires and I can make up a little loom for this. We've got gas now, so let's just tin the end of the wire. Done that. And then feed the wire into the O on the terminal and bend it. Okay. So really just a case of making sure it's trapped in there. And then, whoops, being careful of the plastic, of course. Solder it to the post. Okay. Give that 2 seconds to cool down. It's in there nice and solid. Beautiful. And just snip the end off. There we go. Done. Right, now I need to work out which one is going to be left and which one's going to be right now. Let's turn this off for a second. Because I've got green and red and green and white, and that went in like that. So when I pull the lever down, it goes up. So down would be right, up would be left. So we're going to have to go back to the multimeter again. Otherwise I'm going to wire these things up the wrong way round. Might happen yet, you never know. stranger things have happened in gibbonry world. Right, we'll attach it up to the new wire I just put on there, and we'll go into that terminal. So when I'm going right, that's the bottom lever. When I'm going to go left, i.e. the lever's going up, it's down. Let's just double check this. So the lever has got a pivot point there. Can you see that? When it's in, the lever's got a pivot point there. So when I want to go right, I pull the lever down. Yeah, and it pushes that up. Okay, I think is what I'm saying. So when it pushes it up, so that one there is up, which is left. Fuck's sake, Richard, can you be any more fucking ham-fisted fucking gibbonry? I'm going to put a dot against one of them. So left hand. I'm going left. I want to put the indicator up. So that would go down. Lost the probe now. So it's that one. So left hand is green and red. So let's put a red dot there. Okay, give me wire strippers. When you're stripping wire, be careful not to take strands with you. Don't twiddle the wires because you've got grease on your hands. And then when you've got grease on your hands, you transfer the grease to the wire and then the solder doesn't stick. But if it gets to that point, then you just use a flux to clean the wire. Okay, tinned, nice, and through, and bend, and just being careful of the plastic on the switch, and also that we're not going to every now and then just bang all the old solder off, because purely because just it is. Just done that. Done these two screws up. And you can see that the insulation comes out right the other side of the housing. Now there's the wheel. Does that need any particular maintenance? I suppose worst case scenario is to just take the wheel off me Dad's other one and fit it onto this. But the only reason for doing this, I think these switches are absolutely and utterly unobtainium now. So you're into used old stock territory. So it makes sense, if you can, to do something with them. Right, bulb looks like a small bayonet to me. There we go. And then that's good. That's good. Wires are all trapped underneath that plate, really. Not trapped, but held underneath that plate. Right, now lever and wheel. Wheel, lever, big screw, lid. The lid looks like it has the end of the wheel goes into the lid. So there's a hole in there. Right, that appears to be in there. Let's do him up. What I'll do is I'll rebuild the one that comes off Dad's car as well. When I get that back with the broken spring, and we'll fit it in. Well, having done all of that repair work on the switch down here, I'm now looking at the switch, and this is basically what's happened to it. It doesn't actually do anything. It's not connected, I don't believe, in any way. It's not connected to the switch inside the machine, inside the box here. So I think I'm going to take the cover off and just replace the lever, because it saves me then having to mess around and splice the whole damn thing. Oh, I've cut myself already. Good work, Richard. Splice the whole damn thing in. So how am I going to do this? Probably not one-handed is my main key observation here. I need to undo the pinch bolt on the top of the column here, and really just let it drop so I can get in behind it. I notice also that the two screws, these two screws here on the back of this, are loose, which is why I don't quite know what's gone on. I think someone's bashed it really, and it's fucked. Right, well, the cover's off. Fuck knows how you've done that, Dad. Is the professional answer. I really don't know how you've broken that. Clouted it one, I reckon. So, dead easy fix. I'm just going to take the lever out of the other one. It saves me having to rewire everything and take everything apart, because I know the switch works. It's just the lever that's gone. So I'll take the lever out of the other one. That's fixed that. Didn't need to do any of that kind of wiring or anything, but at least now you understand how these things work. Nice, huh? Now the other thing I was just looking at is the wheel. The cancel wheel on this is much more robust than it is on that. So yeah, I think. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I just think the rubber's worn off that. It's probably a slightly different design anyway. But let me just change the levers over. Well, that's all back together. Let's see if it bloody well works now. Should work. Alright, so ignition on. Right, so there is no telltale on the dash. That was the telltale. I'd say that works. Well done, Richard. Fixed.